My 23M girlfriend's 24F hygiene is so bad, what can I do? I love this woman and she is a great mother to our 2-year-old daughter, but my god, her bad hygiene habits are frustrating sometimes. I know she suffers from depression, is on antidepressants, has been for years, and I know I should cut her some slack, but it's just hard to deal with. She does not shower more than once a week at best, often much less, does not ever brush her teeth in the mornings and sometimes not at night, does not wash her hair regularly. And she's a smoker, so that makes it worse. I've tried to gently bring it up with her in the past and she bursts into tears however gently I try, and says she knows she needs to do better, but it never takes more than a couple days before she's back to normal. I love her, but honestly a lot of the time I don't really want to have sex with her because she looks greasy. Like in bed last night I could literally smell her feet as I lay next to her and it just made me feel kinda hopeless about things. No idea what I should actually do that won't hurt her even more but will actually get anything to change. I love her and I want her to be okay for the sake of her health and happiness, not just for me, but IDK it's just tough. Too long did not read. Girlfriend's hygiene is not great and no idea how to tell her without making her even more depressed. Her depression medication is not working well enough for her. She needs to see her doctor and a therapist. Poor hygiene and not having the energy to take care of her body is a classic sign of depression. She needs more help. My partner has suffered from depressive lack of self-care in the past, and I would tell him point blank, "Hey, you gotta shower now." You're afraid of hurting her feelings, but sometimes when we're adults we have to hear hard truths, and one of them is, you need to shower now. It's okay if she bursts into tears so long as you don't back down and insist she showers and brushes her teeth. Not brushing is a legit health issue. Ask her if she needs help, like a daily checklist you could help her with. Tell her it's important to the health of your relationship. Help her, encourage her, offer to lotion her feet after a shower. Shampoo her hair. How's the parenting going? Does she have time and energy to do these things? Why does she say she doesn't do them? You've got to get past the tears to the real problem. And also depression. She needs the RP to find the root cause of her depression. Lack of vitamin D, iron, B vitamins etc. can all cause or make depression symptoms worse. My 27F family don't approve my fiancé, 35M, because of WW2. I'm 27F, and my fiancé, 35M, are engaged and we're starting to introduce our family to each other. I'm a Southeast Asian, works in Japan, and my fiancé is Japanese. We've been together for 2 years. Our family like each other, including his parents and my parents. My parents likes him because he is well-mannered, settled financially, and well-educated. His parents also likes me as his mom usually will send me cakes etc. So everything is perfectly fine. But it's not until my fiancé family invited my family to Osaka last month. We went to his grandparents' place and meet his grandparents. Everything went well until we said that we're from Southeast Asia. I'm not gonna mention my nationality. Suddenly his grandpa was really excited and went. I was deployed to Southeast Asia in the 40s. After my fiancé's grandpa said that my family, my dad plus my mom plus my sis plus my aunt plus my uncle, went awkward and basically they lose their smile. Grandpa starting to show pictures of him when he's young and in Southeast Asia during WW2 and excited how he will be a family with Southeast Asian. If you didn't know history, basically during WW2 Japan occupied some of Southeast Asian nations and their occupation left some horrible war story and crimes. My fiancé's grandpa didn't say a thing about the horrible stuff, but he just went on with his war memory. The rest of the night was awkward and only filled with forced smile. Up until me and my family went back home and suddenly they were like, can't imagine he don't even apologize, and basically starting to recollect some Japan's war crime in our country back then, including how some of our relatives experienced being forced laborers and etc. The rest of the trip my family became very cold towards my fiancé, and until now it seems they're unhappy with my fiancé's family history. I absolutely okay with my fiancé's having a grandpa who fought in WW2, as you know we need to move on and both countries has done so many reparation and apologies to each other. Now we are stuck and my family don't want to continue talking about wedding preparation if his grandpa hasn't apologized to us. My fiancé also hesitant to ask his grandpa to apologize BCS, you know old people can be stubborn etc etc. Any advice on how to resolve this kind of issue? TLDR. My family is upset that my fiancé's grandpa, a former World War II Imperial Japan soldier, hasn't apologized for the past. Even though his parents did, my family insists it comes from the grandpa. It's affecting our relationship, and I need help convincing them to move on so the wedding can still happen. Any advice to resolve this kind of issue? What's tricky here is the importance of family in both of your respective cultures. The truth is, your boyfriend is not his grandfather. He is not responsible for his grandfather's actions both today and in the past. Your family being cold to him is slightly unfair. The issue of an apology is a sensitive one. I think it's worth him asking and letting his grandfather know he upset your family. If he gets stubborn and refuses, you can cross that bridge when you get there. We can't change what our grandparents, great-grandparents did in WW2. Believe me, I am German. But here they usually kept their mouths shut. One thing your fiancé should do is talking to his grandfather and telling him that it was absolutely insensitive what he said, how this is now influencing the relationship between him and his future in-laws and that they don't approve of him anymore. You on the other side should talk to your family. How he isn't his grandfather. He didn't occupy your homeland and did horrible things to the natives. Was his grandfather glorifying war crimes? Absolutely. Should he be held accountable for them? Sure. But as long as your fiancé was nothing as respectful and loving to your family, they shouldn't judge him for things his grandfather did 8 decades ago. Frankly speaking, Japanese government never apologizes for their war crime and has made their stance clear in so many ways except saying it out loud. Refer to Yakusuni Shrine, the temple for fallen Japanese soldiers in WW2. They are regarded as martyrs. I don't know how your fiancé's grandfather sees his time during the war, but I doubt you would be willing to make an apology. Pretty sure you've made your arguments to your parents. You need to think whether their approval is necessary for your marriage. I'm confused though, because they are okay with you working in Japan and dating a Japanese. Most Japanese would have ancestors taking part in WW2, if not all. The guy has to be in his late 90s at least. Just wait. I'm a Southeast Asian, works in Japan and my fiancé is Japanese. Say no more. I'll tell you this. Your fiancé could discover a cure for cancer, end the world hunger and bring world peace, and your family still won't like him. I'll say good luck to both of you, but this relationship would be a hard pill to swallow for your family. Am I the only one here questioning the age? How is he a grandpa and was stationed there in the 40s? That would make him, about 100? I saw pictures of my great-grandpa wearing his uniform during WW2. My 31M boyfriend lives with me 25F and won't pay rent. How do I get him to pay? Hi all, I'm looking for some advice or perspective on my relationship. I, 25F, have been dating my boyfriend, 31M, officially since January, but we've known each other since July 2024. Since early February, he's been living with me in my apartment about 6 days a week. He used to live with his mom, but now just stays there one night a week when he brings his daughter over to visit. Some background. He has a child with his ex-fiancée, they broke up 2 years ago, who lives in a house he purchased. He still pays half the mortgage and covers a lot of expenses for their daughter. He also pays for things like his ex's car insurance since she barely works. He makes over $150,000 a year, but right now, he only contributes to our life together by buying groceries or covering a date night. I pay for rent, utilities, and all household expenses. When I bring up the imbalance, he tells me this isn't his place, that it was my idea for him to stay here and my decision to rent such an expensive apartment. He says he just can't afford to contribute more right now because of what he's already paying to support his daughter and cover expenses related to his ex. He's also said that if I push it, he'll just move back in with his mom. He says that once my lease ends in July and we get a place together, he'll start paying half. I love him so much, he really is my best friend, and I'm financially comfortable, but I'm feeling more and more resentful. He lives here nearly full time, has a full closet of clothes, and yet doesn't share the financial responsibility. Meanwhile, he continues to support his ex in ways that feel more like a partner than a co-parent. It's making me question if he really loves me and if I should stick it out until July. How do I get him to pay more? Kick him out and have him live with his mom. Call his bluff and do it. He can live there, it's fine. I love homosexual stories. Make him move back home with his mom. He can come visit you, but he cannot live there for free. He sounds messy and is making it clear that you are not a priority. Paying his ex's car insurance is weird AF. Your question should be, how do I get him out? Sounds like he shouldn't live there full time. Pro tip. In the future, don't move in with a guy until you've at least come to an initial agreement about finances and chores. You will always come second to the daughter while she is a minor. That's how dating, good, parents works. I don't know how things were settled with his ex, but if she has primary custody and it's their agreement that she take care of the child and not work as much because of that you need to respect that. My 25 female fiancé, 26 male, cheated after a really good 10 years together? So I'm 25 female, I'm in a very tough spot and don't know what to think. I'm also being told by our friends that I should forgive him and I don't think I can. First of all, we met in high school at 14 and 15 and started dating a year later, stayed together all these years. Got engaged at 24 and 25, we're supposed to be getting married August 2025. He cheated about 3 weeks ago. I found out 2 weeks ago. Our two best friends from college knew about it and kept it from me because they didn't want to hurt me. The other thing that has been brought up is in 2020, unfortunately, my grandmother's house burnt down. I was living with her at the time. There was construction going on and a worker stuck something in the ground without checking first, and it caused her house to burn down. I was inside and the only one in there. The fire blocked my only exit and my boyfriend at the time, was able to break a window and get me out. After he cheated, I said I needed space. He decided to rent something temporarily while we work it out. A few friends came by, one of which was my best friend, and kept this from me. They said he's absolutely distraught and brought up the fire. Now I'm in a place where I'm being made to feel guilty, but when all that happened I was so appreciative and I showed him that. Even on the anniversary of it in 2024 I made him a big Superman cake. Not super relevant, but I just want to make it clear I am very appreciative and I think what he did was selfless and brave as it gets. However, I still think I'm allowed to feel hurt by being cheated on and I hate that situation being brought up right now. They said he obviously loves me or he wouldn't do that. I am riddled with guilt, but I'm also so hurt I don't know what to think. He is practically begging me to forgive him and said it was a mistake, and keeps asking me not to throw away 10 years over it. I don't know what to think. I feel like our friends are mostly pushing me to forgive. I have one single friend that is telling me to tell everyone to F off and let me make my own decision. I think you need new friends and a good hard look at this relationship. All the lights in your home are being run on gas. How dare he think he can be unfaithful because he saved your life? That because he did give him the right to treat you how he wants. If you don't change it, you chose it. This is a chance to start a new life and save yourself years of heartbreak. They asking you to forgive because it's easier for them. Because they aren't the one who got cheated on. They aren't real friends. Your fiancé ain't your man. Men don't cheat. Just because he saved you a year ago, doesn't give him a free pass to cheat on you. Like WTF? And who holds that over someone's head? Like, sorry I cheated on you a few weeks ago, but I did save your life from a burning house. I've been with my husband for 12 years and I would absolutely be done if he ever cheats on me. When my ex cheated on me and I found out, he started sobbing and begging me not to leave him. He curled up into a ball, hit himself a few times and cried for 45 minutes about how stupid he is, how much he loves me, etc. Put $200 in my purse as I was leaving, begged me for months to forgive him. I took him back and he cheated several times after that. Helping you get out of that house is not a permanent cheat for free card. He cheated, that is totally separate from what he did to help you get out. Those that knew and did nothing to tell you should also be cut out of your life. Your ex should also have to pay back anyone that loses any deposit money. He threw your 10Y relationship away when he cheated. Saving you years ago doesn't erase what he did. Forgiving him is a personal choice, and even if you do forgive him for your own peace, you don't have to stay with him. Be with him. At the very least, I'd call off the wedding and take a break. You can decide later if you want to try again with him or find someone new.